Wow, I'm glad everybody's still here. Guy, Dios mío. Wow, that was a big fail.
Yeah,
I don't even know what happened with that. Let's give it a minute. Yay. I have never had this happen. ¿Qué pasó? What happened? ¿Qué sé yo? I don't know. I didn't even do anything complicated. I don't know what cut us off there. I don't know if that was a Zoom fail or a me fail, my network fail.
Wow, I thought it was
okay. Ni idea. I have no clue. Okay. Bien. Do we have everybody? Oh, let's wait un momento más. Wow, it just cut everybody off. Lo siento mucho. I am really sorry. And now I'm going to have to convert 2 videos. Ah! Ay, qué pena. Qué pena. Wow, what a drag. Sí, qué pena. That's going to be a tough one. I think we've got everybody back now.
Right.
Okay, están aquí, everybody back. Okay, I'm going to send you back into, I'm really going to send you into breakout rooms now. You're going to talk about the photos. You will see the picture after you join. So, oh, seriously, it's going to make me recreate this. Guy, a ver. Okay, momentito. Oh, well, you know what? This is okay. It's going to send you back into different, oh, you'll probably get different people in your group. This is okay. Está bien. It's okay. All right. You're going to talk about a different group. You'll see that after you hit your join button, I will be able to send the photos into your little group. Perdón, disculpen. Please forgive me for our little glitch here. Hit your join button and you can talk about a few more photos.
Marilyn?
Yeah, see.
Should I be seeing the photos now? Because I haven't clicked the join button yet, but I didn't see the photos last time and I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, you
right
didn't.
now.
Oh, ouch. Do
Maybe,
you want to just
what?
stay with, do you want to stay with me for this and not be in the little group?
Oh, that's fine. I'll go ahead and join the group again, but they can probably describe them. So
Okay.
okay. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with
I'm not
yeah,
sure
with
either,
that because
maybe technical problems here. So
well,
thanks.
yeah, it sometimes the first first step through can be kind of painful sometimes. Okay, I know I've got my right button there and it should share out to the groups. And okay, a ver. Vale, muy bien. Entonces, regresamos. We're coming on back. Okay. Estamos casi listos. We're almost ready. We've got a few folks still finishing up. Tengo que cambiar el tamaño de mis fotos un poquito. I need to change my photo sizes just a little bit. Okay, a ver. ¿Y dónde están los otros? Where's everybody else? Aquí vienen. Here comes everybody.
Oh my goodness. Too fast.
Some of us need a little bit of time to get back. Okay.
Too fast.
Oh, perdón. No fue suficiente. Not enough time?
Perfectamente.
Okay. Lo siento. Okay, lo siento. Okay, well, we'll work through the rest of this here and we'll give you a little more time with the next batch
Okay.
after this one. Okay. Les prometo, I promise. Okay. A ver. Muy bien. Entonces, vamos a ver. Let's pull this screen up. And again, as I cannot see you once I pull this up, shout it out for us here. Ejemplos. We need some examples of things that you came up with for la primera foto, the first photo.
A la mujer y el hombre miran visto buena.
Mira,
Vista buena.
una buena vista.
Buena vista. I
Yeah.
said that.
Una
and
buena
then
vista.
you thought-
Miran una buena vista. Miran
Yeah.
una vista hermosa. They look at a beautiful view. Miran una vista hermosa.
Hermosa.
Bien, sí, me gusta más una vista hermosa. They look at a beautiful view. Sí. I'm going to give you a new little vocabulary word, a different way to think of the idea of la mujer y el hombre. Since they are obviously a couple,
Mhm.
Mhm.
a way to say a couple is la pareja.
Ah.
La pareja mira una vista hermosa, ¿sí? Por
Hermosa.
ejemplo.
Mhm.
Okay. It's a different way to look at it. Mirar.
Oh, because
Okay.
you're saying couple, then it becomes mira instead of miran.
It's one of those
Ah.
group verbs again, like el equipo, like la familia, like, like la gente.
Ah.
Así. Bien. Okay. Otra idea de la primera foto.
Están disfrutando.
¿Perdón?
Están disfrutando.
Están disfrutando. They are enjoying. Disfrutando. Sí, están disfrutando. Sí, la vista, la tarde, the afternoon, la comida.
La fruta.
Sí, ok. Bien. Están disfrutando. Disfrutar es to enjoy. Has nothing to do with fruit.
Well, I was going to say, well, but they're eating fruit, so I was trying to figure out either comer or is that
Están
the
comiendo.
right word for enjoying something?
Están, sí.
Or no?
Sí, están disfrutando de comer su comida, sí, están disfrutando de hacer un picnic, porque es hacer un picnic, sí, bien, bueno, ok, vale, otra idea.
Ellos se sientan a la cobija.
Se sientan, they're sitting down, sí,
On the
se
blanket.
sientan, sí, perdón.
A cobija.
En la cobija, sí. Momentito, ok. A ver, ok. En la cobija, yeah, they've got a quilt or a blanket or some sort of thing there. Ok, bien. Fantástico. La segunda foto, we've got this gentleman who's got a camera that he's aiming out towards the ocean. Okay. ¿Qué podemos decir del hombre en la foto?
El hombre hace un foto,
El hombre
hace un foto.
hace un foto. Sí, toma una foto. O es posible usar el verbo sacar. Saca una foto. Siempre es una foto. Una foto. Una foto, porque es fotografía. La palabra formal es la fotografía. Y fotografía es una palabra femenina. Y entonces cuando cortamos la palabra fotografía para decir foto, even though it is foto and it sounds like it's masculine, no es así. Es la foto, ¿sí? El hombre toma una foto, el hombre saca una foto. Es igual, ¿sí? Hace menos, a little bit less hace, usually it's toma. ¿Ok? Bien. Ok, otra idea. No, ok. Número 3. La foto número 3.
Los niños
Los niños.
aprenden a nadar.
Los niños, los niños aprenden
Aprenden
a
a
nadar.
I'm trying to.
They're learning.
Aprenden
Yeah.
a nadar.
Yeah.
They're learning to swim. Aprender a. Aprender a. They're learning to. Aprender just needs that little word There's no reason I can give you. It's just es así. It is that way. Aprenden a nadar. Bien.
Los niños estar nadando.
And what do we do with estar? Los niños están nadando.
Nadando.
Are swimming. Nadar. We could say están nadando. They are swimming, and that would mean it's going on right now as we speak, or simplemente en presente nadan. Nadan, ¿sí? Están nadando o nadan. Bien. Del verbo nadar.
Los niños están en la piscina.
Están en la piscina. Ubicación. This is just simple location, ¿sí? Están los niños. Están en la piscina. Piscina, alberga. The Mexicans like that word alberga instead of piscina. Es lo mismo. It's the same thing. ¿Sí? Están. They're located in. Bueno. Okay. Sí, otra idea. Any other ideas on any of these three?
Los niños se están riendo.
Están
Riendo.
riendo. Se están, and usually that one is reflexive. It'll have that little se thing there. Los niños se están riendo. They are laughing. Sí. Excelente. Reírse. Reírse. This is an E to I stem changing verb that very first letter E, la letra E, from the R-E changes to an I. Riendo. Están riendo. O podemos decir se ríen. Se ríen. There's just your plain old present tense. Se ríen. Bien. Okay. Excelente, excelente. Muy bien. A ver, otras ideas.
Just a quick, so if you say smiling, se, you would have to say sonrino.
Oh,
Smiling.
sonreír.
would it be the same as se? Like laughing?
Sonreír es to smile. Reír, ha ha ha, because they're laughing, but sonreír is smile. We change reír, laugh, into sonreír.
Oh,
that's-
sonreír. But
yeah.
do you say se
And
están sonreír? Se están?
Sonríen, sí sonríen.
Oh,
They smile,
Okay.
están sonriendo.
mhm.
Okay. Okay, bien, bien. Excelente. Okay, we want to now, si nos quedan 15 minutos. We've got about 15 minutes. So what we want to do is to seg into what we're going to morph and do with this. Here's a little mini lesson. We're going to go back to our first photo. And actually, we're going to create a new little screen here. Ooh. No me permite cambiar esto. It's not letting me click in. Okay. Momentito. Okay, ahora. Bien, mejor. Okay, better here. Vamos a ver. If we're going to go back and look at those photos a little bit, and we're going to change these a little bit. And this is going to be kind of a preview of what I want you to prepare. We're going to talk about not just presente, present, but how to express near future. Wow, I got a sneezer in my house. Okay, we're going to talk about how to talk about these same photos because I will send all of these to you in the email I send after class. I'll send the exact same file that you used today. We're going to talk about how to talk about kind of morphing this from present tense, what is happening right now, to talking about future and near past, And there are a couple of things we're going to tweak. Okay, but they're going to be very, very easy to tweak. So how to talk about the future. Okay, so this is going to kind of preface what you're going to be practicing, thinking about, preparing for next week. When we talk about the future, there is a formal future tense in Spanish, but conversationally in the normal chit chat of everyday life, people don't use it that much. People use the formal future tense, the proper future tense in Spanish in writing, in speeches, in announcements, in newspapers, okay? But just chit-chatting, the very normal way to talk. Ooh, what is the normal way to talk about the future? It's an easy thing. We're going to go back to the infinitive. It's going to be a 2-verb combo. Anybody remember how we do that? Talking about the future?
Oh, yeah.
Ir,
Ir,
infinitive.
adopta.
Ir plus the word plus infinitivo. Okay, so let's think back to that a little picture of the kids crossing the street. If the verb we want to use is caminar, right? To say that they're going to go to school or going to cross the street, they're going to walk. They're going to walk. When we talk about the future, the near future, the way that most people do it in conversation is to take ir, just conjugate it for the person you're talking about. Now I do need that little word I just have to have it there. It doesn't translate to anything. And the infinitive. So the kids are going to cross this, or are not are going to cross, are going to walk. Los niños van a caminar. Okay, so I'm going to show you what, as a reminder, what you need to do with that ir. What's going to conjugate will be the ir, not the caminar part. Okay, so voy a, right? Vas a. To talk about one person, it's va a. To talk about we're going to, it's vamos a. We're not in Spain, so we're not going to do the vosotros for van a. And after that, we always have just the non-conjugated, not conjugated, conjugated infinitive. Okay, so it's an easy thing to express. Los niños van a caminar. Van a caminar. They're going to walk. Bien? Okay, because what I want you to prep for next week is going to talk about near future and near past, recent past. Okay, talking about the future. So one thing that you guys are going to do to prep for next week is you're going to go back at this list, and I'm going to clean it up. It's going to look prettier than it does here because I'll get it all nice and aligned so that you see which infinitives go with which pictures. And I might throw in one extra here or there. What I'm going to want you to do is to talk about what those people you see in the photos are going to do at some point soon. What they're going to do soon. Okay. What they're going to do soon. And the thing you're going to need to do that is to look at the infinitives I've given you and use ir plus a plus the infinitive. Okay. And it's a very easy thing to do because the only thing you're conjugating is ir, to go. Literally in Spanish, the way people conversationally talk about the future is to say we're going to do something. Okay, and the going to part is ir. But to talk about the very recent, and this has to be recent past, instead of using ir a, we use a different, and these are all going to be two verb combinations. A different verb. It won't be ir, because ir means you're going to, meaning it hasn't happened yet. We're going to use this next verb to talk about what's something that just happened. This is the way we express the idea of just did something. Okay. And instead of ir, it's going to be this verb, acabar. Acabar. And just like ir needs a little word acabar needs this word de. We will not translate it because it doesn't translate. Acabar, to say to have just finished doing something, needs this little word de. So acabar de infinitivo. And so the thing you're going to be looking at is caminar. We're going to take caminar as our example again. The only thing we're conjugating is acabar to talk about this recent past. And this has to be something that happened, not too long ago. Okay. Is that fuzzy? Well, yes. Could be an hour, could be a couple minutes, right? Could be in the last couple hours, but we just conjugate it. And acabar es un verbo regular. This is a very regular verb, so it's super easy to use. Entonces, acabo, ¿sí? Acabas, acaba de una persona, if we talk about one person, right? Para nosotros, acabamos. Vosotros acabáis, but we're not going to use that one. That's only in Spain. Acaban, acaban. And all these have to be followed by de, and then our infinitive. So they have just walked to school. Would be los niños. We're going to take the same example. Los niños acaban de caminar a la escuela. Bien. Los niños acaban de caminar a la escuela. Bien. Okay. Fantástico. Now, you may be adding in even more ideas to this. So the infinitives I'm going to have tied to the screen here may not be the infinitives you use. Here's what you're going to do. Un ejemplo, an example. I'm going to ask you to come up with one idea talking about what the people in this photo are going to do, and one idea about what they have just done.
Okay.
Before the moment this snapshot was taken. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. So seeing that caminar on the screen may not help you. What did they do before they did the caminar?
Eat
Yeah?
breakfast.
Oh, eat breakfast. Bien. Okay. What they just did was they just ate breakfast.
Yeah.
Acaban de comer el desayuno, or you could say acaban de desayunar.
Desayunar.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you to look at each photo and think of one thing they just did, or somebody in that photo just did, and something they're going to do. And now we can't use acaban de. We have to use van a. They're going to. Van a. Van a.
Aprender. Aprender.
Van a aprender. They're going to learn. But you may have many different choices. So, okay, so the choices I give you, the infinitives you're going to see on this screen when you get this email with this list are going to be the ones we used in class today. You're probably going to be coming up with totally different ideas to talk about these same pictures, right? Van a aprender, they're going to learn, but they're going to do a bunch of things during the day. So, you're going to have many different things you might talk about. Van a aprender and acaban de desayunar. They just ate breakfast. You're going to have many things you can talk about that they just did before they walked out the door. They might have they might have had a glass of juice. They might have picked up their backpack, right? They might have walked out the door. They might have left their house, right? There are many things you're going to talk about, but you're going to use ir a and an infinitive and acabar de with an infinitive to talk about whatever it was they did before they just finished doing and what they're going to do after the time this screenshot was taken. See? Okay. Bien. Bueno, sí, ¿está bien? Are we good with that?
Está bien.
Little assignment? Now, those of you who are new to class, if you absolutely feel you must have a reference, this is a good reference book. You don't have to buy it, but it's a suggestion. It's a book that kind of, it's not super thick, see? But it is called Easy Spanish Step by Step. It is easy to get, easy to order, not super expensive. If you feel you want a reference, that is the book. Again, I'll send a little link of what it looks like typically. Bien, but we're just going to work with those two ideas for homework. There is yet one more thing that I want to assign you to do, and this is going to be kind of a show and tell kind of thing. This is something I want you to share with everybody. I would say in the big group, Okay. And the theme is kind of going to be, oh, you know what? I'm going to put this on the same screen and I'm going to label this a number 2. Or actually, maybe it should be, strictly speaking, number 3. And I've got all thumbs today here. And I'll show you my screen in a minute. En unos segundos. Okay. Bien. Your little assignment here is going to be on this little page, which you'll get in the email. So first you're going to be talking about the future, ir plus a, and you're going to reference those little fotos. Secondly, you're going to talk about what those people just did using acabar de and the infinitive. Still same fotos. Número tres. Es una pregunta personal. This is a personal question. ¿Qué puedes, que puedes, no, que puedes hacer en el otoño que no puedes hacer en el verano?
Mm.
Ooh, what can you do in the fall, in the autumn, that you
Can't do in the summer.
can't do in the summer? And notice all of these are using two verb combinations. Ooh, this is your third thing. These are all things you're going to prep using those same photos, but this third one will not use the photos. This is like totally open answer. It's very personal. It's a way to maybe introduce yourself because you'll probably be talking about things that you enjoy doing. Okay. Open answer, and don't use the photo slides for this one. Okay. ¿Qué puedes hacer en el otoño que no puedes hacer en el verano? What can you do in the fall or autumn that you can't do in the summer? Because now we're starting with el otoño. Empieza el otoño. Oh, autumn is starting. El otoño. Woohoo. Sí. Bien. Celebremos. Let's celebrate. Sí. Para mí, me gusta más el otoño. I really like autumn, fall. Sí, me encanta, me encanta el otoño. Okay, so whereas we use ir plus a to talk about future and acabar de to talk about very recent past, we're going to use again a two verb combination, but it's going to be poder plus an infinitive. And notice that infinitivo, notice that ir needs that little word acabar needs that little word de, but poder needs no little word at all. It's just conjugated poder and infinitivo. Y las formas, the forms we're going to use are puedo, ¿sí? Nosotros es podemos, puedes, puede, y pueden, ¿sí? Por ejemplo, ¿qué puedo hacer en el otoño que no puedo hacer en el verano? Por ejemplo, one example so you know what you're doing with this. Por ejemplo, puedo tomar un pumpkin spice latte. Puedo tomar un pumpkin spice latte en Starbucks, ¿no? Puedo tomar, I can take, I could say puedo beber, pero puedo tomar es muy común. Puedo tomar, I can take, meaning I can have a drink. Puedo tomar un pumpkin spice latte, ¿sí? Un café especial de Starbucks, un café, ¿sí? Especial del otoño en Starbucks. ¿Entienden? ¿Make sense?
Sí.
¿Sí?
Yeah.
Entonces hay tres cosas. There are three things. The ¿qué puedo hacer en el otoño? We will definitely do all together. The first two we'll probably do in some smaller groups again, so that you get a chance to talk more with smaller groups and maybe share a few ideas. ¿Está bien? Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
Sí,
Sí.
está bien.
¿Está bien? Bien. Okay. We're also going to show, I do want to also talk a little bit about some more different ways to express a recent past in our class next week. Some different ways that are not acabar de, but still work. and we'll talk about that later next week. They're not hard to do, but that'll be something we'll be dipping our toe in next week. Okay, ¿alguna pregunta antes de terminar o no? Any other
Gracias.
Any other question before we leave off? ¿Sí o no?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. Para que sepan, so that you know. Para que sepan, so that you know. I will send you an email in a couple of hours that will give you all the links to all of these, and you can take them and save them on your computer, or take them and use them next week and delete them because you don't want to see it anymore or whatever. Lo que quieran, whatever you want to do. I'll send you all the links that you need. I'm going to send you one little story video for listening comprehension that has nothing to do particularly with class, but just for fun, so that you have one day where you'll have probably between 7 and 10 minute little story. And if you don't understand 100% of the story, come back with a question, but you should be able to understand somewhere, at worst case scenario, between 50 and 60%.
That's worse.
And for a lot of you, you'll be able to understand,
good.
75 to 100%, wherever you fall in that range is perfectly okay, but it's always beneficial to have a listening comprehension video. ¿Está
Yeah.
bien?
Está bien.
Está bien.
Gracias.
Excelente. Estoy muy emocionada. I am very, very excited. So you'll get to introduce yourself with your favorite fall stuff. Okay. Bien. And unfortunately, our recording is going to be split up, but well, we'll get that out to you in the email too. Okay. Bien. Eso es todo.
Bien.
I think that is it for today. Bien.
Bien.
Fantástico.
Gracias.
De nada, de
Gracias.
nada. Nos
Hasta
vemos
luego.
la semana que viene. Friday, I'll send you the link for next week's class. Y nos vemos.
Muchas
Cuídense.
gracias.
De nada, de nada. Es un placer.
Adiós.
Y
Hasta
adiós.
luego.
Sí, no, sí,
Hasta
hasta la
luego.
vista. Hasta la vista.
Revista.
Hasta la vista.